Water is both a container of memory and history and stories.
This water holds our memories and our healing. Love you, water is life. Agua es vida.
This is a sound installation that Nefertiti and I have created, thinking about how the waters around us contain those stories and the waters inside of us contain those stories.
Water is a tear that comes from my body of water.
We're 75% water, we're mostly water. So what does it mean to create a vibrational field of water? What would it be like to interview people from this physical state as opposed to one that's more rational and in your head? So the idea was to guide people through this 10 to 15-minute activity to get their bodies into this place of vibrational frequency that's grounded in water, and from there ask them to remember, and from there ask them to share their stories.
I keep seeing my mother, and I see the lake, my mom in spring dresses.
When you come into this space, you'll hear the stories from all the participants, everything that emerged from the movement method, stories about their hopes, their dreams, of childhood memories, their cultural ancestral stories of water. It takes us through this map of their inner water experience and then stitched together with the story of water in MacArthur Park and the hopes for the park.
May MacArthur Park be blessed, be cleansed, be loved, but may it always be a place for my people.
Voices in the Water is situated here in the MacArthur Park Westlake area, an area that's full of so many different people from all over the world that have passed through this area. It's kind of our first touch point in Los Angeles.
Éramos muchos latinos que frecuentábamos ese parque.
I describe myself as indigenous of this Tonga land.
Nací en México, tengo aquí en Los Ángeles aproximadamente 30 años.
Thinking about the connection between these water sites and how they've experienced human development, and then how our communities have also experienced the same kind of global capital that has forced migration patterns for people to cross waters to come here.
I identify as mestiza. My family's from Guatemala.
Yo me considero una mujer hispana.
Both communities and the waters of the area are often invisibilized, so really giving an opportunity to voice the protagonism of those people's stories and the protagonism of the history of water in the area.
The interview methodology of the project is called Moving Your Inner Waters. This is a methodology that I developed in collaboration with my former contemporary dance collective, Des Limites Mediações in Salvador, Bahia. When we are thinking about how we process the memory of trauma in our bodies, we came to this movement method as a way to release. It's not very complicated. It requires shaking, basically, essentially. There's also a technique to shaking. People might think there isn't, but there is a way to do it without hurting yourself, and also achieving a level of intensity and a threshold. Once people were in this state, then we put the mics on and we asked them questions, and it was really beautiful to hear the vibrational shift. The voice was in a different place.
Nefertiti and I met in 2009 when we were both working for School of the Americas Watch in Venezuela. We were both interested in kind of learning about the process of change from people's perspectives. How do we tell the stories of people who have historically been erased or forgotten in ways that highlight their agency and their possibility for moving into like a more generative way of being in a world where power and resources are distributed across the board, and what's the role of cultural production in that? That's, I think, where our work intersects.
I want to offer you, water, all this joy that was shared with us, all these sacred, sacred memories. We want to pour this back into you here at MacArthur Lake to bring life back to this lake, to bring healing. There's a crisis of water. There's a crisis of water management and care, and we need help, and we need the water's help, but we also need to take care of it, so we're also recognizing our responsibility. So what is it that we can do for our waters, not just what the waters can do for us? Solicito y veloz, y cada vez que con el pico la tocaba, sumergías en el agua con la flor.